There we go. Welcome back, ghouls and goblins, to When Madmen Led the Blind. In our previous episode, our cantankerous ne'er-do-wells found themselves in hot water, and it did not involve women for once. They have returned to their dread realm, and now awaken on August 7th, 2024 at 8:01 p.m. Ha ha ha. What does the coterie wish to do with their early waking hours? Also, if you took damage last session, it's gone now. Ha ha ha.
Would you
That's
look at that?
that's mainly just Yannick though. He got stabbed in the chest.
And poor Vasilisa.
Yeah, she got a scratch.
She's in her
So good for beauty sleep.
she's in her Marissa Tomei tomb. Her Tomei
Oh.
tomb, if you will.
Wow.
That was pretty good, Ian.
Alright,
So-
gang, what do we want to do today?
Alright, let's look at that menu. I thought the plan was to try to read the microfiche first, but regardless of how that went, make sure we hit the club by midnight and try to meet the diviner there. But,
That's right.
There's a lot going on, so if
There's
anyone
also
has any strong urges.
the zoo, which someone insisted on.
Maybe we could skip the zoo and the club today, you guys, because I'm not feeling well, like, at all, and I just don't know if I have what it takes to bring the energy for those two things tonight. I'm
I
so
feel you.
sorry.
Or
I'm so sorry, Ian.
You don't
That's
have
fine.
zoo energy.
I don't have club zoo energy tonight. I'm really sorry.
Club Zoo. Oh my god.
I'm gonna ask a meta question. We clearly have a guest today. What encounter has the guest? Let's do that first.
There's no guests.
No?
No special guests today. None of them could make it. Jack's
So
just
Jack
walked.
is just here of his own
Jack
free
is
will?
just
yeah,
You just here?
Jack is just in the
Working.
Jack is just in the cuck chair today. He's just watching.
Oh, okay.
Amazing.
yeah. Like
Love
I
that energy.
I want to see y'all interact with certain people.
Oh,
I
oh
will.
boy.
Pretty
I
specific.
I will just throw this out here that the zoo is the raddest segment. Just gonna throw that out there.
Hmm.
So if we want to get the rad out of the way so that Phoenix can go die in a corner, then we can do that. Do we want to get the rad out of the way so you can go to sleep, Phoenix? You want to do that?
I don't think everything is gonna get done in this session.
I really want to enjoy it. And I'm like not enjoying anything right now.
Well,
Can
you.
we wait, please, on the
That's-
zoo?
It's like
Yeah,
it's like
let's
the
wait.
cool. It's the coolest fucking thing. Okay, where are we
I'm
going?
sorry.
Are we going to go to the club?
It's better to eat a dessert when you can taste it, man.
Yeah.
Okay, are
I'll
we going
kick
to?
your ass.
Are we gonna go to the club?
Wait, in the
Let's
club,
go to the
we all
club.
kindred.
In the club. Let's go to the club.
In the club, we all kindred.
In the club.
I hate all of you. So
I
okay,
love you too.
so we're gonna get into our doom buggy and then make our way to the club.
Yeah.
Yep, we are heading to the club.
God, you people all fucking
Right.
monsters. People were all monsters. All right.
I thought you were trying to get us to go to the club. Like, you specifically put that on the menu as an option tonight.
Yeah.
I distinctly put it low on the list. I'll say, let me see what I did here.
And on your what?
I put it.
He's complaining.
It's the third one on the list for a reason. Whatever. Like,
Oh, what's first on the list?
But you didn't number them. You just wrote them down.
Yeah.
obviously, you go with the most expensive thing on the menu, which they put first. I mean, God.
How can I tell that you're the kind of person who like orders things from best to worst? You're an only child. How would I
You
know
gotta
that?
order the appetizer first.
Yeah, well, that's a
There are-
good point.
There are no apps at this restaurant. There is only main
You order a
entrees.
drink first, actually.
So the party arrives
Okay.
outside of Red Number 5, the premier vampiric nightclub in town.
Wait, hold on.
What?
Hold on. If we're gonna be meeting the diviner here, I should give her a call, right?
The diviner is not here.
That's what I'm saying. We should give her a call and tell her to meet us
He's
here.
not available tonight.
Oh,
No, I can do the diviner.
Oh,
all right. Never mind.
It's
Oh
just
God.
we will do it after the club.
The the fuck is the diviner?
Real quick, Ian.
What?
If the menu was actually supposed to be a list in an order, why didn't you just call it a list and say that was where we were going?
Menus are lists. I'm not sure how to tell you
Why didn't you just call it a railroad?
this.
Wow,
Whoa.
got him.
Well,
Got
excuse
him.
me for thinking the thing that someone kept moaning about wanting to do, which was see animals, I made really rad, and then they say, "Oh, by the
I'm
way, I'm
sorry.
dying." Like,
Well, maybe they got sick.
Which zoo was it, Ian?
it's the Lincoln Park
Chicago.
Zoo.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna adjust my audio settings while y'all fight over that.
Okay, so
it's
anyway,
Um,
Disney Park.
we are at the club now. All right. You can see you get dropped off by your armed lieutenant guards. You shuffle over to the front entrance, and there is a large, surly-looking bodyguard in front. He's got a clipboard, and there's a large velvet rope, and it says "Reserved access only today." What do we want to do, gang?
Velvet.
Kian will just, I guess badge isn't the right word here, but Kian will just, like, go up and say hi to him, assuming business as usual and assuming he'll be let in. It is rare for a kindred. It is rare for Kian to be aware of a kindred gathering that is exclusive, but he's not invited to. So he'll just stroll on up and yeah.
I love Kian.
Kian knows what this game
Thank
is
you,
about.
Kian.
It's about swagger. So, do you give the guy your name and everyone else's name?
Yep.
He thumbs through the little clipboard and goes, "Yeah, you're right here." And he undoes the little velvet rope, and a lot of you walk in.
Ooh.
You're inside the interior of the nightclub. Painfully aggressive red lights and neon flash overhead. The initial foray is empty until you round the bend into the main section of the club. Some light post-punk is playing in the background, but the place is actually relatively castrated at present. You see
Hmm.
five figures, two on the northern part of the building, one sitting solitarily on the south part, and another two cloistered over in a corner. Uh, the ones up to the top seem to be dressed like they're doing a review of a late 70s punk band, and they've been doing it for a while. The figure to the left of her is a cloaked man. The only thing you can make out in the lighting is that he has large burns over part of his body and what have you, and he seems to be tracing them with his fingers as he continues to make eye contact with the lady in front of him as she is explaining something to him that you cannot make out at this present moment. To the bottom right, you see a kind of poorly looking man. He's sitting there in several sweaters layered on top of each other with a unbuttoned formal collared shirt poking out. He is just sitting there at the table with his hands clasped in front of him, simply looking forward unblinkingly, as if he is deep in contemplation. And the figures that are basically right next to you, you see a woman kind of dressed in very neutral colors with gold bracelets and earrings. And in front of her is a rather tall looking, North African looking woman who is thumbing through a large collection of LP records, seemingly in search of something that she desperately needs in the moment. Who do we wish to talk to first?
Well, Niklaus is automatically drawn to somebody who dresses for the weather. So he's kind of eyeing the dude who's wearing too many sweaters. But that's the doctor's proclivities. So
I'll follow the doctor's lead. He's good head on his shoulders.
I
I don't
just
see the map. If there's supposed to be a map, I don't see one.
Can
There is no
everyone see
map.
the map?
No.
There's a map?
Oh my fucking
No
god.
way.
Can you see the goddamn map
Yeah, there's a map, everyone.
now?
I can see the goddamn map now.
Cool.
There we go. So now you know what I am describing. Portly man to the southeast, dressed up broads to the southwest, and a man and a woman to the northeast. You wish to speak to the portly, over-sweatered gentleman in the southeast corner?
I do.
Let's go for it.
I want to ask him where he gets his sweaters.
I knit them myself from
Here we
chicken
go.
hair. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, the party arrives in front of the man,
Non-
and
Nonchalant.
I guess you all are standing right next to him in a large group. He has yet to register your presence. He continues to stare forward, and he's mumbling to himself in a language that I think none of you speak. Anybody know
I
Greek?
assume I assume it's Russian since this is clearly Karl Marx.
It is not, although I was tempted to make Vampire Karl Marx.
Uh,
Ugh,
Yeah, I
you.
know. I know. It would have been pretty great.
It would have been great. Niklaus probably had a thing with him. Anyway.
Probably.
And just to be clear, because I can't see it, is this place like low lit? Is there like what's playing? What's the music going on right now?
Post-punk. It's aggressively punk in here. Here, I actually have an album
Oh,
for this.
oh, hit
S-
me. Better make it hurt. Better kill me in one shot. Oh, fuck. I like it.
Wait, you can actually hear it?
I can't hear
No,
it.
I'm
Here.
There's
looking in the map. That's what I like. That's what I said I like.
If anyone wants ambiance for this scene, this is what's playing in the background. And yes,
Joy Division.
that is the
great.
map.
Bar Noir.
All right, so the man is in front of you, and he is mumbling to himself in Greek. Does anyone speak Greek?
nope.
No, but
Not
two
the-
Grecian monks made the Cyrillic alphabet, and I wish I could speak Russian. So that's my tangent.
Are any of you, are any of your characters maybe a little bit nerdy when it comes to reading old literature? Like,
Niklaus
okay, give me a history check really quick.
will do.
Or has anyone ever trafficked through Greece for a time where you could identify what part of Greece someone is from just because of vampiric mentat bullshit?
Probably.
All right, so if anyone feels like they can do that, go ahead and roll. Niklas, what do you wait? Actually, let me clear out the chat from last time. Okay, now we can roll. Niklas, what do you want to roll? Awareness?
Uh, um,
Academics?
maybe academics. Whatever I have that's higher, and then with wits, please.
Wait, it's always wits. Hey, Kian, do you
Oh,
wish
his
to roll as
husband.
well?
What was that?
So Kian, have you been in Greece anytime recently?
Kian would probably have done the rounds around Europe every few decades or so.
Okay.
So
The
maybe within 30 years.
Okay. The man's Greek is extremely old-fashioned. Niklas, you actually got a 4 on this. The man is not speaking modern Greek. He's speaking ancient Greek, and he's mumbling it to
Well,
himself.
that's an old tongue.
Huh. Oh, I'm sorry. Sometimes I get stuck in my own skull. You'll have to excuse me. I'm a bit under the weather.
Well,
Lost a,
yeah, I get it.
I lost a few friends in that bombing in New York, and I'm just trying to remember them. It's been a while. Now, please, you're welcome to sit. My name is Kritias.
Niklaus, and he'll reach over and shake his hand, and he'll like slide into the booth.
It gives you a bit.
Kritia.
It gives you a bit of a firm look. Let me show his portrait. Can I show a portrait in this version? I don't think I can. It's kind of annoying.
Show portrait.
Oh, here we go. View character artwork, and then show players. That's what he looks like.
Ooh,
Let's see.
cool.
Oh,
What's he look like?
Oh yeah. Let me
Is he
see.
cute?
Oh my God, does he like me? Hold on. I think I have his stat block around here
Does
somewhere.
he?
Oh, here we go.
Yes, or definitely.
Here we go. That's what he looks like.
He's kind of cute.
All
This
right.
old man?
Yeah, I know what I like.
He's all right.
He starts kind of twiddling his thumbs and looks over the lot of you and says, I usually know everyone in town. What brings you here? Oh,
Mm,
you must be the hired help. The prince told me about you.
yeah.
Keanu
Uh,
Leslie, pleasure to make your acquaintance.
A pleasure. And the rest of you? The rather large fellow and a lady of some fashion, and the salesman, I presume?
yeah, she's a lady.
Yes.
Sure,
So
why
this
not?
is Irene, um, Gorsythe.
You will notice that he'll greet everyone and make eye contact except Irene. He'll greet you, but he won't actually look at you when he does it.
What the hell?
Hmm.
Uh-oh.
Irene just raises her eyebrows at that. She's used to men being shy.
So he's gay. Okay.
Right, like every character that he has made that I can't flirt with.
Of course.
Hey, look, the module made him gay, so he's gay. All right.
Mhm.
I'm just doing what I can here. All
Uh-huh.
Jeez
right.
and Pete.
He folds his hands across the front of the table and kind of begins to lightly tap his thumb on it and looks up at the lot of you. Is there anything you need from me? I'd be much obliged. Have you turned up anything on your quest? I imagine you're looking for some medical knowledge or something of that nature. You'll have to forgive me, I can be a bit forgetful.
That's perfectly all right. Um, what is it you know?
Well, I mainly consign my studies to the polemics, but I keep my haven over at Northwestern's Medical Center. I know that they've
Oh?
gotten a few new rich clients who are getting radiation treatments over there after the blasts. We have a rather large reserve of potassium iodide and DDTP, so I imagine they came here to get care they couldn't get elsewhere. We do have a bit of a very top-notch hospital out here in Chicago.
Mm-hmm. I wish I had more time for it.
Uh, yeah.
I'm gonna just like mostly because I, out of character, don't really know why I'm talking to anybody in this bar, but I want to just maybe I could just doctor out with this dude, keep him company. I mean, he lost some pals.
Aw.
Hmm. All right, so do you want to stay over here for a few minutes, make some rolls while everyone talks to the other gabagools, and then we all cycle back with info?
Sure. Yeah.
Um, okay, you can nerd out with them for a little bit. All right,
Yeah.
the other four ghouls. Who do you wish to speak to next?
Hmm.
You and Critias immediately start discussing the much neglected realm of leeches and medicine.
Oh,
What are the
we're gonna have
other?
a great
Who are the
time
other
together.
ghouls?
There are two people to the north and two people to your left.
Uh, at a glance, I mean, they're all kindred. Do we recognize any of them, even like in passing?
You know that the lady, you got a little, I'll say that you got a little bit of a list of the people who are big names in town, and the one at the top right is Anita Cartwright. She basically leads all the anarchs in town. The guy to her left is her Quebecois boyfriend, Marc Levesque. Uh, he is one of the older vampires in town. He's the second oldest. Critias is the oldest one. But Critias hasn't been in Chicago as long as that guy's been in Chicago. The ones over to the left are Khadija Al-Kindi. She's recently come over here from Baghdad. She works for the Arisa, which is basically the Near East equivalent of the Camarilla, who are rather uninvolved in this part of the world, so everyone's kind of dreadfully curious as to why the hell she's out here. And the lady to her left is Aicha, who is essentially her connection to the modern realm. She forcibly turned her 10 years ago to keep her hip and fresh. so that she knows what changes are going on in the world, and she basically has her around at all times, like a lapdog almost. A lapdog that knows what like a CD is and things of that nature. You can see that there's a
Right.
kind of weird apprehension between those two over on the left as they interact with one another. And you can see that the ones over there at the top right are interacting with each other with a degree of familiarity that portrays their relationship. Who do you wish to talk to?
Keon is immediately, once he clocks who Khadija is, he's immediately curious about that.
All right, gang, do we want to go over there first?
Sure.
You walk over and you see Khadija is kind of idly painting her nails, and she has a variety of large satellite telephones in front of her, and they're little battery charger things. And you can see that she is eyeing them as if she is awaiting a phone call. She looks up with all and says, "Oh, greetings. It's a pleasure. I'd shake your hand, but this polish can be expensive. The name's Khadija. I imagine that you're the ones the prince hired in. You smell of his office a bit. And this is Aicha. She's my assistant.
Okay.
Is there something I could assist you with? And preferably something quick. I'm expecting some calls.
Hey, but surely I may speak to. I'm sorry, out of character, I did not catch the assistant's name.
Aicha.
I see we're united by a common cause. Unfortunately, a troubling one. But perhaps I may borrow Aisha for a moment instead.
What would you need her assistance for? She's a bit new around here.
Simply to save you time, madam.
You see her kind of warble her head to the left, to the right, if she's dithering and waiting on it. And she goes, "Yes, I suppose that would be fine. And feel free to speak with her in one of the side rooms or the other booth. I have to make this call."
Aye.
All right. I guess you're all gonna go to the booth over to the right and talk to Aicha. Is that what we're gonna do?
Sure.
That's
Okay.
right. Yeah.
She kind of hesitantly gets up, slinks over, sits down here, and gestures for a lot of you to sit across. And she goes, "It's a pleasure. What do you need from me?"
I'm sorry, I only caught some of that. What?
What do you need?
Jinx, have you heard anything recently regarding Indiana Dunes?
No, nothing like that. I usually keep my nose low to the ground. I think if you want to know anything about the drugs moving in and out of the city or any of the music venues, I usually keep my thumb on that very well. That's what Khadija wants. I don't know anything outside of the city's walls. It's a bit of a risk for me to be out and about.
Oh, why is it risky for you?
Oh, I don't exactly have what you call it, a pedigree around here. If I get stopped by the authorities, they'll understand that I'm not supposed to legally be here, if you catch my drift. Khadija brought me in on her plane and neglected to have me formally processed. I'd rather not get deported. That would be an issue.
Aye, understandable. Well, in that case, tell me, have you heard perhaps anything exciting going on in the world of growing?
Actually, I'm getting a little bit of echo when you speak. Should you adjust your latency a little or something?
How about now?
Oh my god, crystal clear. Okay, say that to me again.
Aye. In that case, Have you heard anything exciting, perhaps? In terms of recreation, maybe about growing?
Growing?
Growing, weed,
Ah,
beans.
hmm. Well, there hasn't really been much of anything like that. There's a couple of grow farms around in the city right now, but they're kind of laying low so not to attract any attention from the authorities. I'm I haven't really heard of anything new. I suppose the only thing new was that red eye, but I heard that I think it was you lot managed to take care of that problem rather swiftly. I'm much pleased. Something like that would have caused a lot of trouble around here and it would have gotten people hurt, which I don't care for.
Wow.
Eh. I see. Well, would you happen to know anything about the important phone call that Khadija is waiting on so nervously?
It's some phone call from the higher ups over there in Baghdad. They are a little intrigued why New York City has been reduced to rubble. I think they wish for her to examine the situation a little bit more closely, and maybe we need to take some of our assets out of the country and place them somewhere else a little bit more stable. I just think it's going to be a business call, nothing strange.
That is what we are trying to solve as well. Well, thank you for your time, Aisha. Unless Sunny's gonna trail off, see if anyone else has questions or can think of something that she might be familiar with.
Yeah.
No other questions?
I don't have any questions.
You wouldn't happen to have a microfiche reader, would you?
Huh? Well, that's a bit of an
Uh,
antique. Uh,
I know. I'm sorry. I'm just nervous.
that's fine. I do not know where you'll find something like that, but if it's something as old as that, maybe the museums have it in their collections. There's quite a few of them
Oh,
in Chicago.
okay.
You hear a ringing sound, and Khadija picks up the phone and starts speaking in Arabic, and she starts snapping her fingers for Aichi to come back and start taking notes. Aichi says, "Oh, I'm sorry, she's very demanding. I have to get going." Turns
Yeah.
around, heads over there, and starts jotting down the notes and everything. Aisha does slip you her card. She actually has a cell phone, so if you need
Hmm.
to get the in on some drug dealing stuff or some streetwise stuff, you can give her a ring later.
God, you
Love
got
it.
her digits, dude.
Nice.
Nice.
Irene in the back just
Sweet.
coping and seething.
See, think so mad. All right. Good job. And
Uh,
then there's one more pair of idiots.
okay, just because one of them is Quebecois doesn't mean you can use that language.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I respect you
Beauty
more
and the
for it.
Beast.
What?
Hmm. Who's gonna do those two? Well, that's up to y'all. I'm still
I'll
talking to
talk. I'll talk
Critias.
to Quebecois.
I can talk to the other one.
Hell yes.
Fantastic.
Okay, who wishes to go first? Are we gonna talk to Anita or are we going to talk to Mark first?
Okay.
I'll talk to Mark.
All right.
What does Mark look like again?
I will. I have his portrait here.
And what other info are we trying to get from these guys?
You, anything I guess, anything new that's happened around town. You're trying to suss them out. Okay, this is Mark Levesque.
Oh, perfect.
He's got a horrific scar along the side of his face, a lot of burns, a slightly damaged eye, and he's got his brown hair in a bit of a messy posture. He
Oh,
looks at
good.
you.
Me too.
Yeah,
We both have fucked up faces.
yeah. He looks at you, kind of stands up, and extends out a hand and is like, "I like to see a large man. The name's Mark.
Yannick.
It's a pleasure to meet you. Uh, is there anything I could a drink, perhaps? I think we still have a few of the blood bags down in the basement. Or do you prefer to do it fresh?
Gonna
I
remind you
prefer
guys that
flesh.
Yannick still has injuries that will need blood to heal.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Um, I prefer flesh. Blah, blah, blah. I prefer fresh, but I'll take a bag.
He'll get up, head down to the basement, and come back with some fresh bags and kind of slop them down for you and everything. Do you have a preference?
Great.
Or negative, AB positive?
Uh, Dealer's choice. He kind of pulls his shirt open to show this like just huge claw wound. Um, and I guess it's not like openly bleeding now, but it's still like looking pretty fucked, right?
Yeah. You healed up. You probably had to get a new duster though, much to your chagrin.
Had to what?
Uh,
Get a new jacket.
you had to get a new jacket
Oh,
because the other one got slashed the fuck up by a werewolf. Uh, he actually he clocks your continence. I imagine you might still be wearing some of the stuff, and there might be some nicks here and there. And he goes, "Oh, what happened? Did you get to fight with a wolf?"
several wolves. Yes.
When you say this, Anita perks up from the work she's doing, looks over and says, "You fought Guru, and you killed them?"
Yannick just nods.
She kind of gives you a faint nod, and she reaches into her jacket and pulls out a necklace that was hidden underneath her blouse, and it's just werewolf teeth. And she's like, "I have a preference for killing them too. Not bad. Where were they?"
Where were they? They were out. They were right outside the FBI building, right?
Mm-hmm. So that's like 10
Yeah.
minutes away or something. You tell her that.
Yeah.
She goes,
Yeah. I an alley like on the corner of whatever and whatever is what he says.
she reaches into her jacket and takes out a little notepad, thumbs through it, and kind of starts going over the notes and goes, "Huh. They're usually never around this part of town. And even if then, they're not violent. That's kind of odd. Huh.
These were the violent kind.
I'll have to go check that out. I appreciate the information."
There's not much to check out but a smear on the ground.
That's my favorite way for werewolves to be. I'm much obliged. Thank you for
The
your
first one
service.
I shot. The first one I killed, I split in half with silver bullets.
Prepared. I like it. You can see while
Hmm.
she's talking to you, Mark Levesque is just hanging on to her every word, kind of just waiting for her to finish speaking. She gives a kind of raises her eyebrow and says, usually I'm not too much inclined to poke my nose into people's business, but a lot of you are working for the prince, aren't you?"
I
Hmm.
Yannick nods again.
Well, usually these things cost a lot, but maybe I might have information you need. What angles have you been exploring? Is there any holes you might need filled in?
Really?
I don't fill in holes. I make them.
I think we're gonna get along. Well, I'm quite keen on tracking the movements of wares around town. Is there anything about them that might be a little bit odd?
everything, not to put too fine a point on it.
Do a lot of you want to bang your coconuts together and give her kind of a too long didn't read spiel, and then she tells you what she knows?
Yes, we
Yeah.
do that.
Okay, so like the Indiana.
Information for information.
All right,
Huh?
perfect. So you tell her about Indiana Dunes and all the stuff you've seen and the weird lady. Do you pony up the info on the lady with the hand, or do you describe that? Are you oblique about it? How do we do it?
Let's keep the hand info because the hand info we broke into the FBI headquarters to get. Um, and I mean, she's probably not a Fed, but who knows these days, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, who
Are
Let's
knows?
you a
keep
cop?
let's
You have to tell us if you are.
What
let's
we're sharing with her is more than fair for an
yeah
exchange.
let's let's keep our hand close to the chest.
Okay.
So you tell her the little assassination thing you saw, the languages they were doing, the other stuff you were seeing, and she kind of like froze her brow a little bit and says, "That the only clan that I've seen out there in Indiana Dunes are the Red Talons. They cycle back over here every couple of years, and they usually use it for rituals. Nothing that savage. I've heard of them doing this before. The last time I caught wind of anything like this happening, and it wasn't even around here, was when the Cairn out in Central Park executed a few Guru because they got caught trying to taint the water supply. So they had them ground down to bones and slashed to pieces. Put back to the earth, as the Guru like to say it. I get the
Well,
feeling whatever you saw, that lady committed some kind of grave sin, but she had a conscience. That's interesting.
Uh, Speaking of tainting the water supply, have you heard anything like that recently? Any biological terrorism or eco-terrorism? Did someone say something?
oh, I did. Did you not hear that?
No, I didn't come through.
Oh, sorry. I said specifically involving the bean.
Hmm, nothing like that. There was a failed bombing a few years ago. They caught wind of that one really quick, but I don't know. There's something about this place. It's a little bit magical. A little too lucky if you ask me, but I just guess the prince just runs a really tight ship. There's a lot of hands in the cookie jar that is Chicago, and sometimes they get stuck. But this time it looks like they're cooperating. I don't know about that.
Hmm.
As far as the chemical attacks and stuff, there was a poisoning in San Francisco a few years ago. Someone infested the California Central Valley with fruit flies. That took years and billions to wipe out. Heck, I think even the prince had to put down a chunk of change to handle that. We can't have people running out of food around here. It will not bode well. It's been kind of scattershot, but for some reason, this little town on the lake, squeaky clean. Squeaky clean.
Hmm.
She kind of froze her brow and goes, I suppose the only other odd thing I know is that some of the glasswalkers have been breaking into the art museum lately and doing some strange things over there. They have some kind of old exhibit on, oh God, some art from somewhere in the Middle East. I can't remember. They don't seem to be doing anything
Um,
odd. I had a guy go check it out. It just looks like they're doing some kind of shamanistic stuff in there. Might think it hurt to go ask them what they're up to, and maybe they have the nose to a ground in a way we don't. I think that's the best thing I can tell you.
when when they say glass walker, is that a term that's like common parlance that we would know?
Yeah, those are werewolves that live in cities. They're almost always glasswalkers. Usually, the other clans live out in the woods or in much smaller, tidier places. The ones who are most tolerant of living in cities are called glasswalkers.
I see. And so that's probably who we fought was glasswalkers?
Uh, Maybe. Uh,
Maybe. Okay.
you've already met one glasswalker, and that was Griselda, and she was actually quite accommodating. And she told you that the clans in town, the glasswalkers, are pretty accommodating and well heeled. They haven't been on the up. They haven't been rowdy in a very long time. The other clans
Okay.
in the area are actually the Red Talons. She told you that earlier. But they live out
So
of the city.
the ones we fought were either not from around here or for some reason lost their table manners.
Yeah, it's one of those two options. Yes.
Probably the former. Okay, heard that. Thank you.
You're welcome. Is there anything else you need? As long as you keep killing werewolves, I'm more than amenable to pony up information. I'm not partial to their kind.
Hi. Thank you. This is troubling indeed. I don't suppose there's anything else related to werewolf activity and energy generation of the bean?
Well, the bean gets all its power from the hydro stations off the coast and some solar and wind farms. That's all I know. It's self-contained. Chicago doesn't draw any power from anywhere outside of Chicago itself. It's a self-sustained little ecosystem, as one would say. Kind of proud of it.
Keon is going to look up at someone in the group with more science knowledge than he has and say, contaminated water would not affect. No, it could not affect processing. Or, I'm sorry, I'm not stringing the words together right, but he's asking if something that could be done to the water supply could possibly affect that method of energy generation. Because I'm pretty sure the answer is no.
Could you repeat that?
Energy generation?
It's
Probably not, but food growth, yes.
Right. I get that, but if okay, yeah. I was just double checking that that wasn't a thing we were missing.
Not that I know of.
Great.
Have you heard any interesting things about what happened in New York?
Not a thing, really. It's rather unfortunate that happened. All I know is a lot of the victims are being carted into the hospitals around here, the ones who can afford it, and they're being taken care of over at Northwest Medical Center. If you want to know anything about that, Critias over there, if he can maintain eye contact, can probably tell you what you need to hear.
Thank you.
And
Guys,
I've been buttering him up, so
I'm so sorry. I don't think I can do this tonight. I really apologize. I have to go.
That's fine.
it's all
Thank
right.
you
It's
for
fine. Go
showing up.
rest.
Love
I'm
you.
sorry,
Take
guys.
care.
Love
All
you.
Good
right.
night.
All right.
Good
Bye.
night.
Get
Love
Hope you
better.
feel better.
Get better.
Night.
Night
Aw,
night. Oh, what a
Okay.
shame.
Night.
poor Phoenix.
Now I don't get to be
Um.
sexist anymore, which sucks. Because
All
everyone
right,
else
so
is.
we're heading to the zoo now, right?
Keon, Keon is going to enter his business card and just the usual politenesses and pleasantries of thank you, please don't hesitate to reach out if you have any more information that could be related to. He's going to lean heavy into the eliminating werewolf problems thing because he could offer money, but this person seems a little more interested in that particular problem.
Mm-hmm. If you dig up anything that might be of use to my anti-group proclivities, I'd be more than happy to exchange pelts for information. And if you need to reach me, I have a little bit of a contact over at the community center around here. Just give them a buzz at this number, tell them you're looking for me, and I'll cycle back as swift as I can.
Hey, thank you. Have a good night.
We'll try. She starts making goo goo eyes at Mark again. And our friend Niklaus finishes the Kritias over in the corner. What do we like to do now?
Well, the world's our oyster, isn't it?
Except the zoo.
Hey, we could go to the museum and look at the microfish.
I believe we still have to cycle back to Crudius,
Oh well, yeah.
unless I misheard that.
No,
You have to come and
Niklaus.
pick me up. He's been like holding onto my arm really tight for like the last 2 minutes, and it's kind of starting to hurt now. But he's an old man, so he doesn't know how strong he is. So he's just like holding on for dear life. Help me.
Help! He keeps telling the same story over and over again. And in Greek, I don't even know what he's saying.
Yeah. I just wanted to comfort him because his friends died, but this is. I mean, he should have gone with him. Anyways.
Critias gives you lots a polite thank you and says, that was quite needed. It's, it's been a tough evening. Now, please, if you need to see anything over at the research center, help yourself. Anything that assists the prince in his mission.
Thank you. I'll I give him my jitterbugs number, and I'll like pat him on the shoulder and scoot out of the booth. I'll fill in everybody on what I gave him, on what he gave me info wise, which wasn't much, but you know, doctor stuff.
All
We
right.
have access to the hospital now, which is great.
All right. So, I take it we're gonna head back in the vehicle and then head to where next?
Museum.
Hmm.
As far as I know, the museum to look at that microfiche, but what do you guys think?
You actually
I'm
have
into
a.
that.
Museum.
You actually. All I each told you is that it might be at one of the museums, but did not specify which one.
You bitch. Okay.
Hey, but I thought that in the last session you said that Niklaus was able to identify a museum that would be, if anyone had it, it would be this one for like at that particular era of history or something.
Yeah,
Uh,
didn't you say that?
uh,
You went on about it.
you gaslighting motherfuckers.
No.
Okay.
No,
No, it's
not
not.
at all.
Hold
There
on.
is a. Yeah, I remember. I told you there's a little spy museum. There's a little spy museum at Chicago's O'Hare Airport where the
Yeah.
military has a little, technology through the ages and data storage, and they have a microfiche machine there. So that could work.
Yay! What's that? Oh my god.
That was
I don't know
horrible.
where that came from. Yeah, sorry. Sorry about that, guys. That came out of nowhere.
He was very enthusiastic.
Yeah, it was.
That's
I was
actually
Nice.
hoping to go
that's the,
back.
that's the sound that Niklas actually makes, and everyone is just horrified. Like, what?
Oh, old man. You can't be making noises like that.
All right, so
All right.
do we wish to go to Chicago's O'Hare to break into the airport?
Break in. It's an airport.
It is like,
Yeah, but military.
yeah,
Yeah.
unless you want to like,
I don't know this world.
you can call the sheriff or maybe bribe that lieutenant guy again. What do we want to do here?
Yeah, do we know anybody? Do we know any TSA guys with a gambling problem?
Or
That can be
gay
arranged.
soldiers.
That could be arranged.
Why not just ask if the sheriff has an easy way to get us in, and then if not, I mean, how guarded is this? Like, I have
It's a
doubts.
museum. Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
yeah, there's martial law, but Kindred are out.
well, yeah, because Kendra just walked through the sewer to get here. They didn't bribe any military guys. Like you guys did the smart thing, hide in plain sight. Everyone else is being coy.
I mean, if
I do like
Irene
being
is
coy.
not here, we could also walk through sewers.
Well,
now,
let's be
now that
real.
Irene
Nikos
is
is also
gone.
not happy about walking in the sewer.
All All right, so what do we want to call the sheriff and see if there's some juice to get into Chicago O'Hare?
Niklas
Well,
will make very big puppy eyes at whoever has the phone to do that. If it doesn't happen, it's cool. He'll deal with it and walk in the sewer, but he would not mind trying.
who's the one who knows about the museum?
Me.
Meet Klaus.
It's in the airport itself.
There is a military base on the airport, and the military base has a little museum because military bases are weird and they have museums sometimes. It's kind of bizarre.
I'm not.
Well,
Just in case this is the only place you wanted to go, that's fine. But it seems like the most protected museum that we could think of.
It's the only one that would have the little machine that can read this.
Wait,
So
Why?
did you ask Critias this? Did you ask him, by the way, do you know any places that are microfiche reader?
I mean, I would have.
Okay, he would tell you that he thinks he saw one in the old storage of the history department over at Northwestern and Evanston. So that would be significantly easier to break into.
Yeah,
great. Then let's ask the sheriff if he has an easy way for us to get in, and if not, we'll go break in.
Oh,
Hell yeah.
Critias basically just told you, oh, here's the keys to the campus. Do whatever you want.
yeah.
Yay!
That sounds better.
Let's go to school.
Okay, it's like a 40-minute drive to get over to Evanston. So it's like currently, I don't know, I think it took you guys like 30 minutes to get here. It's like 9:10 p.m. So you'll get there at like, it might have a checkpoint or two. I think you're going to get there at 10 p.m. over to Evanston.
It
Fine by
the
me.
the diviner is in Evanston too, isn't she?
That is correct, yes.
Okay.
All right, let me see where the hell I put the notes for this freaking hospital. Hold on a second. I forgot I put this segment in here. Okay, perfect. So, um, okay, so
God.
I take it we want to go to the history department first and do the microfiche.
Mhm.
Okay, you just
Yeah.
like there's a bunch of weird PhD students reading stuffy books. They just look at a lot of you, assume you're a bunch of weird cosplayers, and just ignore you and get back to their studies.
Oh
You,
my god.
Checks out.
Oh, that hurt.
Checks out.
it's like that coattail isn't even accurate for that time period, but whatever.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
So you make your way down to the history department basement. Give me an investigation check just so you can find the goddamn microfiche reader.
Okay.
I will have everyone's favorite weirdo. Actually, Niklas is really bad at looking at stuff, so
Yeah. Well, once I'm there at it, I can tell you what's up, but you can't find. You gotta find it for me.
all right, perfect. So Kian and Alphab use their excellent deduction skills to parse through the chaotic maze of this history department's storage system, and eventually they find it a microfiche reader. Um, it needs to be plugged in, and the machine is heavy as shit. They weigh about like 400 pounds. What do we want to do?
Plug it in. Plug it in.
There are no plugs. It is like in a little storage rack on like the second rack, like 6 feet up, and the nearest outlet was like 50 feet away down the hallway.
I use my vampire strength to drag it out off of the shelf and slam it on my foot and scream in pain.
While you are attempting to do uppies, I imagine that maybe someone who spec'd into strength.
Oh, this is heavy. Oh, goodness.
Yannick, do you want to help
Oh, my
our
back.
diminutive doctor not have to get hip surgery?
This thing weighs like literally 4 times as much as he does. Help.
Niklas, you're muted. I mean, Yannick, you're muted.
Yannick helps.
Okay, perfect.
Thank
Yannick,
you, Yannick.
you don't even have to roll. You just like pick it up, you drag it down the hallway, you plug it in. It's one of those annoying plugs where you have to like switch a bunch of stupid stuff around to make it work, and it flicks the light.
All right.
You load the microfiche in, and you begin to read it, and this is what you see. me see where the fuck I put this stuff. Where did I put the... Oh, sweet baby Jesus, where did I put this MacGuffin? This is what I get for having way too many notes. Hold on a second. Microfiche?
It is. It is what you get. Learn your lesson. Don't
Microfiche?
write so much.
Microfiche?
Too many notes, just like Don Giovanni.
Yeah.
That was a deep cut. Sorry.
Hmm.
Wait, this is what you read. This is what is on the stuff.
Okay. Uh-oh. Oh, that's not good. I'll read what was sent. It's a detailed schematic of the Twin Towers in New York City. Notations indicated explosives to be planted, where, when, frequency, etc. So they were behind that. Whoops.
Wait, that still happened in this world? I forgot.
No, this is the. You can see that there's dates and times on there that indicates that these schematics were used to blow up the Twin Towers in New York that went nuclear a couple of days ago.
Yeah, this is even
Yep.
worse than what happened in real life.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Damn, worse than 9/11.
Damn.
Multiple
Wait.
9/11s.
Multiple.
We got that from the FBI.
No.
No, we got that from the
That was in
hand
the
of the
hand.
chick.
You're right.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh shit.
Yeah,
Okay.
so her werewolf crew was doing that.
Damn. Oh my god, wait. They're called Howl Qaeda.
Shut up.
Oh
Shut
my
up.
Yeah.
god, Andre!
You bastard. How
Howl Qaeda.
No, that's really good. How Qaeda.
That is the worst.
Damn.
Al Qaeda.
How Qaeda.
Love it.
Damn.
Fuck me.
Damn.
That's their name now. Like I can't.
Al Qaeda.
I
How
can't.
Qaeda. Oh,
Damn,
God.
I love Howl Qaeda.
That is okay.
Okay, wait, hold on. What was my good one from yesterday? It's like a band of werewolves doing something. Oh, no, sorry. It's a group of shapeshifters that are all octopus at the same time.
What was it? The Cephala Squad.
Cephalus Squad.
Yeah,
Cephalus
Squad.
Squad.
God.
That's pretty good.
Damn.
So good.
All right. Does anyone wish to? So there's like the microfiche has a small reader and it has a secondary reader that can balloon everything up. Do we want to balloon it up and then investigate it further?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
let's read it all.
what checks do we wish to make, gang, on the detailed schematics?
Awareness, wits, for me. Please.
All right. Awareness
Storyteller
wits.
roll for Irene's technology.
Unfortunately, Irene had the vapors and she stayed behind. Actually, Niklaus is just as good at technology as Irene is.
Okay.
So
Yay.
let's do a technology roll for. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, that was a. That was a 3. Okay. And
Terrible.
what do you wish to roll, Yannick?
Let's see. Probably. Ooh.
I'm still shaking over my pervert yay that I did.
Yeah, that was really.
I do not know what part of the soul that came out of, but it was pre high school graduation, whatever it was.
Yeah. Okay.
It was definitely triggering.
Yeah, it was upsetting. I taste blood.
And in a bad way.
Yeah. Not in a Vampire the Masquerade way.
Right.
Al Qaeda.
I know, I can't stop. It's like so
I
fucking
can't.
good.
It's stupid. It's stupid.
Yeah,
It's meant to be funny, but it keeps coming
I'm not
back.
trying to pat myself on the back too much, but Howl Qaeda is really fucking
No,
good.
it's really good. Al
It's
Qaeda.
God, it's gonna keep distracting me every time I read it. Oh my god.
How kind of?
Alright, so
It just.
a lot of you put
I feel
your
like it wasn't even me that came up with it. I feel like it just like I was just channeling something. Like it came to me like my eyes widened and I was just like, oh
it's so oh god, I'm tearing up. It's so fucking funny. Okay, so
So you also have
Niklaus.
to remember she got willingly torn apart by all those werewolves. So maybe they weren't in on it. Maybe she was, I don't know, part of a splinter cell and then let herself die.
Okay, so basically everyone here can kind of clock what's going on here. The schematics detail the Twin Towers. It tells you where to plant explosives, the time, the duration. They even did the math to make sure the building would fall in on itself, and they did a whole kit and caboodle. But Yannick, you rolled the highest, so you figured this out. All of the explosives indicated are conventional explosives. There is no indication of nuclear material in the plans at all. And you notice a bit of a quirk. These schematics do not show the basement of the Twin Towers. It just lists the basement as a water recycling plant. That's about the only information on it, whereas everywhere else is rather detailed. The basement of the building is rather obtuse.
Like hell, they were recycling water.
Yeah.
god.
I say that in a German accent.
Nice.
Thanks.
So sorry, just to clarify, this is like plans that haven't happened yet, or this is a thing that just happened in New York?
Yeah, this is what happened in New York. They meant to blow up the Twin Towers, but clearly something that was in the basement that wasn't accounted for on these schematics made the explosion go
made it blow up.
nuclear, sorry.
Okay.
And yeah.
Or someone,
Okay.
like you said, some other splinter group decided to take it to a different level.
Interesting.
Oh,
Okay.
that's another point too. Okay.
We
What
don't
was
know.
in the basements?
Well, we won't know now. A nuclear blast is like every large-scale natural disaster at once. They're not going to be able to get in there for weeks, months. There's no roads to drive. Ambulances down. No stores to get food from. We're not going to find out what was in the basement unless we can find more detailed schematics.
Anything else we wish to parse with the microfiche gang?
What else is there?
That's about it, really. You got the details, the explosives. The explosives itself were not sufficient, nor did they carry nuclear charges. It uh, looks like it was just kind of a standard smash and grab demolition job here, and it looks like they pulled it off a little too well.
Mm-hmm.
Are there
Yeah.
any symbols or anything that would tell us who it was who was doing it? A lot of times these terrorist groups want to take credit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, is their trademark signature on there?
You can see that
Bobby was here,
uh,
Kilroy.
there is actually a series of strange scratches along the side of the microfiche, which seem to have been done with a needle. I'm gonna say, with Yannick's awareness check, you also clocked that those symbols look like something out of that dictionary you found from the hunters earlier. It looks like Akkadian writing.
Huh. Okay.
Akkadian. Wasn't that hey, didn't we also see glyphs like that scratched into the walls like in one of the first sessions?
Yes.
Ooh.
Uh, oh shit.
Oh.
Oh boy. Okay. Well, we've got to figure that out. Um
fuck?
Yeah, there's some fucked werewolves that we gotta fucking take care of in this city.
The glyph looks like this. Oh, of course, this is a fucking PNG.
I can see it.
That is what the glyph looks like. It is an Akkadian glyph.
Mm. Mm. I'm nervous. I don't like this. I don't like this at all.
I will remind you, Niklaus, that you took that dictionary and shoved it in your bag and totally forgot about
I did. I
it.
take it out.
Whew.
You're gonna thumb through it, and this particular glyph is an amalgam of various sounds, and it actually makes a word in Latin.
Sure. What?
Impergium.
Hang on. Let's just.
Do you,
Niklas takes out his cell phone and uses Google Translate.
yeah, except that doesn't exist. If you want to translate that word, you're gonna have to go find a Latin dictionary, which I know is
My ass.
impossible.
Let's go talk to one of those weirdos.
Exactly. Like, hey, you,
This is
history
a
nerd.
university, yeah.
Yeah,
It's a
he's
university.
Yeah.
go harass the PhD students upstairs. Just,
Yeah.
just barge
Yeah,
through.
one of them is
We're
gonna
gonna
know
the
what
morning
that
anyway.
fucking means.
Okay, you go upstairs, and are you just gonna try to find the guy skulking around the Latin section
Yeah.
desperately? Okay, cool. So you see a nerd. What do you do with the nerd?
So you see a nerd. I'm an older nerd. I'll just go, what does impergium mean?
The guy's ears kind of perk up. It is is it like in a sentence? So what's the context? You know, Latin conjugates these things weirdly.
I know, but my buddy's being an asshole about it, and he just keeps asking me what the word means. He's trying to get something over me, I know. How
Well,
would you translate it?
is it? If it's just by itself, I think the easiest translation is just cull.
Call?
Well,
That bastard, he told me it was garden. Okay, thank you. And I'll leave.
All right, all right, gang.
Delicious.
You found the Akkadian sigil representing the Latin term. Also, once you hear Impergium, you are also welcome to roll occult
I'll do that.
if you are proficient, which I think
I don't think I am.
literally
How
the
do we know?
only person
nope.
is fucking Nope, nope, nope. Kian can do it. All right, Kian, you can roll.
Phew.
You can roll
Thank you,
occult.
Kian.
I only get one though. You got to get a 2 to get this one.
Well, good thing he's a stubborn bitch with a lot of resolve.
Oh, no way. Okay.
Yeah.
So there's this thing, this old thing that the Guru used to do near the earliest throes of history, known as the Impergium, where they would cull the human population to keep it in check, so that they did not run rampant across Gaia. The various clans of the Guru resolutely reject Impergium in the modern days, except for a few radicals, and the only clan that actively kind of pursues it are the Red Talons.
Of course it is.
Ugh. Okay.
Now, the
Alright.
research wing is around the corner from here, but also the diviner is in Evanston. You can do whichever one you see fit.
What were we looking to do in the research wing?
He just told you there's like goofy stuff going on in there. Probably wouldn't hurt to bumble around. Also,
Oh, like
he did tell you that,
Ghostbusters shit?
yeah, stuff like that. He also told you that some
Okay.
survivors from the explosion are there.
Oh? Oh, right, the research wing in the hospital. Oh, yeah, very true.
Yeah, let's stop by.
Didn't we have to meet the diviner like at midnight? There's a weird time constraint with him, like bedtime or something.
Not to my
There
knowledge.
what?
Or am I crazy?
You're crazy. I don't know.
No, I had suggested that if we were trying to hit up multiple places with our itinerary, that we like split the night in half.
Right.
But that's no longer a problem.
Okay. Well, cool then. Let's go research some wings
All right. You
at Buffalo Wild Wings.
All
Sorry.
right.
the wonders of the kind. They have given flight to these great beasts. Like, all right. So you make your way over to the research hospital. You walk in through the front door, and there is a lone guard standing watch. He raises an eyebrow, looks to the left, looks to the right, looks up and sees that the cameras are off, and says, "Hey, I told him not to blab about this. I'm just going to have to raise the price if he's going to be telling everyone and their mother, because I need to be compensated for this risk."
Hey, you will be compensated. He's an old man. He just lost a lot of friends. Don't take it out on him yet. Okay?
He raises an eyebrow. An old man. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
You're not here for the deal, are you?
Oops.
Okay. Well, that happened before Keon was able to take some cash out of his pocket. So,
Well, if you still want to bribe the guy,
uh,
that's always an option.
Yeah, money
Yeah.
talks.
well,
Yeah.
then Keon will just take some cash out of his pocket. I mean, this guy's mortal, right?
Yeah.
He has less than we do, like by
Uh,
a lot. So he's just gonna take out some cash, like without even saying a word.
how much are you going to give the guy?
Is $200 an amount that makes sense in this scenario?
This feels like a 4 digits kind of situation.
Okay, so do we
So
want to pay him $1,000 or take off 4 digits off his hand?
I like that.
If you want to intimidate him, you can also do that.
Well, well,
you said that out loud because that is supremely funny.
Yeah, why not? He hears us say that.
Hey, look. Okay. I can give you the friends of the family discount. $200, $200 a pop. Free and clear. I'll turn off the cameras. You can do whatever the other guy does too. I don't care what you do.
Okay.
Thank you kindly.
This
And
is.
Keon
I don't
will
like where this is
hand him
going.
400 each.
All right. Yeah, pay him $800, and he opens up the interior area to the research hospital. The first floor is labeled the intensive care unit. You can see that there is an elevator, and it tells you that the second floor is the surrogacy department, and that the third floor is the research department.
Ugh. I don't like that second one.
Fucking
Don't
hell.
like that at all.
Don't go to room 2 if you don't go to floor 2 if you're feeling icky today.
Icky. Okay. Floor 3 is research.
Yeah, and 1 is the intensive care unit. That's where the people who got hit with the radiation are being taken care of.
I want to see them.
Okay, perfect. Let me actually load up this map. This one has a map. 1 and a 2 and a 3 little vampires, 4 and a 5 and a 6 little. Okay.
You idiot.
And just you wait till you see the character art I picked for the assholes that are in this room. Like, all right.
Werewolves. Talons are a bird thing. They're stupid. Their name is stupid.
I love
That's why they're so
Yeah.
angry. That's why they're so angry all the time.
That's why they want to kill all the humans.
Some guy made fun of me and said our names and it makes sense. And she me the red claws, and I told him, "Shut up! Like, I'm gonna wipe back the entire race." All right,
You
so
are so dumb.
all right, let's see what we got here. There are 3 open beds on this floor. You can see people being fed IV drips. They are wrapped in bandages and gauze, and various creams and ointments lie around. They are all receiving a drip of, Niklaus can clock this from here, potassium iodide, which actually reduces radiation exposure. They are all sound asleep. What would you like to do?
Oh, I'm not gonna wake them. Hell no. I'm just gonna. I'll look at the rest of the gang and I'll like very sternly give them like the shush finger and then I'll just with my doctor light feet I will go through and I want to read what they got going on their charts.
Radiation burns, a little bit of organ failure. The guy on the left, his two kidneys are failing. They're gonna have to put him up on dialysis. Lady in the center is having lung issues. She has a full respirator on, and the lady on the right has severe, severe burns. She is covered head to toe in gauze and wrapped in bandages and ointments, and she has a cold press machine keeping her temperature from spiking.
Hmm. Who's gonna die first?
They are all stable, thankfully.
Jeez.
Stable. Jesus.
Remember, they're rich people, and this is the rich people hospital.
Hmm. Okay.
Now they are in a
They're all
condition.
asleep.
They are in a condition where they can be woken up, but they won't die.
Hmm.
It won't hurt them.
Yeesh.
But will
Are
they
we
be in
sure it won't
pain?
hurt him? Because it
And
seems.
will they alert others to where we are?
No, you just gotta tell them, "Hey, I'm your fancy rich doctor coming by to check up on you." They're not gonna. They're also on. They're also really high too.
Oh.
Okay.
You were saying, Kim?
Okay. Dude on the far left. I'll wake him up and I'll, I'm not gonna like try and make a lot of small talk, but I'll just act like I'm doing doctor things. I'll be checking his vitals. They do that to you a lot.
Yeah, you're like trying to rest and you're waking up every 6 seconds.
Oh, literally, like at 2 a.m. They're like, "Hey, it's us again. You're not dead yet, are you?" It's miserable. But
They're like Valkyries,
yeah,
but evil. All right, so
they fucking are.
you wake him up and he groggily goes, "Another one of these. I thought I was paying extra to not be disturbed. Well, what's going
Just
on?"
checking your vitals. Just checking vitals.
Hmm.
You are feeling okay?
I suppose I could be better. Oh, ugh. Oh, it's been it's been tough,
Hmm.
Doc. I got lucky.
I know. I'm glad we're looking after you.
It's a shame about the art, but I can just buy more.
What did he say?
He said, "It's a shame about the art, but I can just buy more."
Hmm.
You are a collector?
Yeah, I was at an art gallery in Newark, and shockwave shrapnel came through the building. Got a bit of the blast, but I had a plane at the airport. I managed to get out of Dodge pretty quick. Unfortunately, the Matisse's I bought got shredded to shit.
Mm,
That's a shame.
Hmm.
goodness. Well, you can always buy more. And then I take his temperature and uh I will write the vitals down. Yeah,
Hmm.
I'll actually write them down.
Signed, Dr.
We're not
Frankenberg.
trying to be like sneaky here, are we? I mean, we paid the guy to get in, and I can name drop Critias. So
We I don't think we were paying the guy to come talk to these people.
Yeah, you paid the guy to come in here and do whatever the guy that previously paid him was going to do in here.
so
Yeah.
we can do whatever we want within reason.
Within reason. Or
Okay.
up
Within
up
reason.
or up to the limits of whatever that weird gabagool was doing.
I'll
Uh.
I'll um I'll take the vitals of all three of these patients.
Okay. They're all doing fine and they're stable.
Okay. I write them all down on their charts.
Are you gonna
On their
wake?
chart?
Yeah, because I have like a little chart that says vitals taken at this time. Blah 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 blah.
Oh, okay. That can be later problem.
Yeah.
um,
You go first.
so no, you go first. I'm
I
getting
really
hungry.
have nothing. I was just gonna be like, yeah, sure, I wake the next one up, but I don't know what to ask these people. I'm just being a doctor here.
So, do we want to try to find out what the previous guy is up to, or is that something is that not super high on our priority list at the moment? Because I trying to think of. Oh, come on, SJ, think with your brain. Ugh. We're here for. Crap. What are we here for again?
Well, we came here to do the microfiche, and we heard. I can't remember where we had rumors that there were some strange things happening here.
Critias told Niklaus that the research hospital has some victims from the radiation there, so figured you can go talk to them, get some clues. And they also do research on the third floor that's a little odd and that you might find interesting.
Right, but we're not on the third floor yet. We're
On floor
down
one.
here, and I
Right.
don't remember why, and I'm so sorry for that.
We're all good. I'll wake the next one up.
Oh, for the next one,
The
you
lone lady.
the one in the center, she has sustained some brain damage, and
Oh,
they are trying stem cell therapy, and they say it might help, but she is not going to be very lucid if you wake her up.
let's leave her sleep then.
Well, if you want, uh, you could probably parse through the haze using some vampire powers.
I don't remember what my vampire powers are.
I think you chose like celerity and some stuff. Let me check here really quick. You have oblivion, fortitude, and dominate. So technically, you could try to cajole information out of her using dominate.
I don't want to do that.
All right. You wish to? What do you want next?
The third dude,
Okay.
or the third lady.
You wake her up. She goes, oh, huh, huh. You're not as tall as the previous doctor. Are you new?
Yes, ma'am. Just getting your vitals.
Thank you,
You
doctor.
feeling okay?
I'm feeling all right. I just really hope my complexion clears up before Milan next summer.
We'll get you looking fine enough. What do
Oh,
you do up?
I do mergers and acquisitions. I was down in Atlantic City when it happened. Got a bit of the shockwave, a little bit of shrapnel. I had to go back up north to actually get out of Dodge. Got a got burned pretty bad. There's a bit of a firestorm that spread through the city. It was tough.
I'm glad you got out.
You see her kind of rest a little bit, and she goes, I probably would have managed to escape the burns if some boorish woman didn't push me over.
Well, you're here. She's not.
I don't know. She went by me pretty fast. Get the feeling she managed to escape out of there. I'll never forget her face.
Well, what'd she look like?
She kind of furrows her brow and goes, I have quite the memory. She gives you a very, very apt description of what she was wearing and what her face looked like and everything else. Everyone can give me an intelligence check.
All right.
Would you mind very much rolling that for me?
No.
Fine. Guess I'll just shit myself. God.
Sweet Jesus,
Ooh,
Alfabe
Alphabet
got a
coming in
goddamn
clutch.
6.
Well done, dude.
So, Alfabe Saint Martin, you recognize the lady that she is referring to. It is the lady you saw got torn into bits in the woods, down to the last detail. Even described her,
Whoa.
even described her little hat.
Oof.
Sure.
I don't think you have to worry about her anymore.
No.
You sure, Doctor? I don't know.
I got a feeling.
You know what? You have excellent bedside manner. I can't help but feel like you're right.
Jeez. Okay, good night. And he'll leave. He pushes everybody else out of the room, like, let's go.
Well, before we leave, are we supposed to get some videotape and record them talking about sex and lies, or no?
No, wrong room.
I'm really glad that you
Oh,
picked up that every single character art in this section is actually from Sex Lies and Videotape.
Okay.
I wanted to give credit where credit was due.
Thank you so much. All right. So we head back out into the main room. You have floor number 2, the surrogacy department, and you have floor number 3, which is research. What would we like to do?
I would like
How
to
about we
grimace at
take?
floor number 2.
Go ahead. What?
I would like to grimace at floor number 2.
That's pretty
Um,
bad.
how about we take a quick bio break and then head up to the third floor?
Hell
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I don't think SJ wants to go to floor number 2 today. All
Oh,
right.
oh, I see. Thank you.
All right. Welcome back, ghouls and goblins. The party arrives on the 3rd floor. The elevator opens with a resounding ding, and you enter into a small 5 by 5 hallway. And in front of you is a large steel door that says Secret Research Division.
I
Um,
look at the huge steel door for about 13 and a half seconds. And then I look at Yannick.
Wait, sorry, what'd you say?
Oh, this is just a big ass door. I can't open it. A
Oh
big
yeah,
steel door.
yeah. Forward and opens it with one hand.
Nice.
You
Like Aragorn.
you click the little handle thing, and the door opens with a screech and a boom. And in the interior, you see a massive space occupying the top floor of the building, and there is only a few things within it. Silhouetted at the dead center of the room, probably 50 feet in, is a single light. A light that shines upon a letter which sits upon a velvet pillow, which sits upon a very tasteful marble end table. Uh, from
Oh
this
no, that's
from this distance,
what?
Yannick, you can see that the envelope is addressed to Niklaus, Kian, Yannick, and Alfabe.
Oh, fuck.
no. No.
This looks, this
Hmm.
looks, this looks like trap. No,
Yeah, close the door and open it again, see if it changes.
Uh,
Yannick does that.
Okay, you shut the door. You open it. The table on the letter is now 40 feet away.
No. No, no.
Wait, is it? Wait,
No.
wait. 40 feet as opposed to 50 feet.
Closer.
Yeah, it got closer.
Oh!
Okay,
That-
Yannick does it again.
Yeah, 30 feet.
No!
Yannick
Because
does it until Yannick does it until the letter's right in front of him.
the, the table is right there with the letter, and now the letter, the envelope has been opened, and you see the letter ever so slightly begin to scooch closer to you. What would you like to do?
Don't fucking like that.
Yannick,
No.
Yannick says, step back.
The
Don't have to
party,
fucking tell me
I
twice.
step back.
you actually, everyone who steps back, you hit a wall. The elevator is gone.
Oh, fuck.
All right, I got this. I pick up the letter.
Okay, are you gonna open it and read it?
Yeah.
You, rest in peace.
It says, "Dear sirs, it's
Mhm.
rather unbecoming to arrive unannounced. What is the purpose of your visit to my esteemed realm?"
Shit.
Is it signed? Anybody?
No, it is not.
Do I have a pen?
Yeah, you do.
I
Any good
write.
salesman always has a pen.
I wrote. I take it out. Is there a space under that question that I can write?
Yes.
Don't
I
write too
write.
big.
Many people don't realize how great it is to have a really quality coffin until they have one of their own. And I put it back in the envelope and close the door.
Oh fuck! I'm so scared.
It's gonna be
Okay.
fine. I'm telling you. I've seen this before. It's just a hard sell.
Oh,
you hear
fuck.
you hear the sound of footsteps. You hear the envelope being opened. You hear a long, exasperated sigh. Then you hear scratching noises. You hear the envelope being closed and placed, and then the footsteps receding away.
Yeah. All right.
Miklos looks skeeved out.
Open the door again.
The envelope is there.
Okay. Take it.
All right, you gonna open it and read it?
Yes.
This is very tedious. Why don't we just? Why can't we just talk?
Go in. Just walk in then.
You open the letter, and it says, "I'm a sucker for theatrics, and I do actually appreciate the hard sell. Come on in."
Okay.
Okay,
You walk in.
we're gonna walk in.
You
Yeah.
walk.
We walk.
Incredible.
You walk in, and the door shuts behind you. The light in front of you disappears, and you are shrouded in an inky blackness that your sight cannot penetrate.
I hold Yannick's hand.
Lights appear again, and you see a variety of tubes filled with humanoid creatures. A man stands in front of you wearing large purple robes with various foreign symbols etched upon them, his hands folded neatly across his chest, and he looks you dead in the eyes. "Well, I was told you have wares to sell. Perhaps you had more pressing business for disturbing me and my work. I'll have to inform the prince about this."
Hold on. I pull out my phone and pretend to dial.
Oh my god!
The man waits.
This I support you, and I support this goof. This seems like the least likely person to be fooled by the fake call gag.
Yeah.
Like of all time, maybe of any character in fiction. Period. Like that's hilarious. Okay, sorry. Proceed. Well, once again, I support this.
Hello, sir. Yeah, Evanston. Yeah, the weird thing with the note in the envelope. Okay, I'll tell him. Fake hang up. We're good.
You see the man press his fingers to the bridge of his nose. That's really the problem with the kindred, is that they never change. You should fire your riders. They're having you recycle material.
Wait,
What?
I'm sorry. I only caught the end of that. Something about recycling material?
That was cerebral.
He said, "That's the
Does he know
problem."
we're in a game?
What?
That's the.
It's meta.
Oh my god! This
I
guy's
would.
basically.
I wouldn't do anything that crass. He said,
This is some rats in the walls shit, Ian. Come on, man.
"I'm introducing to you the third kind of thing that exists, so you're going to find out."
Hmm.
Oh.
That's why I want to hear what Ian said.
That's the problem with you, kindred. You don't change. You should fire your riders. They're having you recycle material.
You're right. I'm sorry.
So
I was
he's a
just trying to break the ice.
Well, I suppose you did it. Excellent penmanship, by the way. I appreciate a steady
Thank you.
hand. Can I offer you any assistance? I'd say refreshments, but unfortunately, everyone around here, their blood is occupied. May I ask about your intrusion? I haven't had to do any theatrics in quite some time. People tend to not come up here.
Thank you for your hospitality, Mr.
You may refer to me as Parsifal for now.
Parsival?
Oh, oh,
Parsival.
I don't like this.
You're welcome to roll a cult.
Yeah,
I think I
Good.
might have to.
I'm gonna go for that as well.
You don't have a cult. Only Kian has a cult.
Oh, crap.
But everyone else is welcome to roll something else like awareness or investigation or insight or anything really.
I'm sorry, say that again.
You're welcome to roll anything you want. What do you want to roll, Niklaus?
Occult with wits.
You don't have any occults.
So I just can't roll it.
Well, yeah, it's just not gonna be very good. Let's see what
That's
we got.
okay. I'm fine with sucking.
Well, you did better than the guy with proficiency in it, so there goes that.
Yeah.
And you got a new t-shirt idea.
Occult wits.
I'm fine with sucking.
The lot of you kind of reach the same general conclusion. There are certain practitioners of the magical arts known as mages. They are rare and they are powerful, and you are in the presence of one. And it seems that this is his laboratory. It explains all of the theatrics and chicanery. They are very good at manipulating things outside of one's mind's eye.
Hi. Thank you for your hospitality. We are seeking information on concerns over contaminated water supply.
Hmm. Yes. My brethren have been working around the clock to fix that problem. Something about the nitrogen fixation, and there's something odd about the water recycling system, too. I think we're going to have to do a complete retrofit on the tower. But we can't afford to have any production dip down now. Might have to get a little bit more creative.
To fix it.
Yes,
You knew about this as well then.
of
That's a
course.
relief.
Oh, you don't know, do you?
No, what is.
Well, I imagine you've heard that this town is a bit lucky, right?
I?
Well, I think that the best fortuitous circumstances and the best luck is the one you make yourselves. It's why myself and my cadre assist the prince with his matters. We believe, at least holistically, in his mission to keep everyone fed and peaceful. It's worked for us for 100 years. It's quite well. My brothers run the bean.
The
Brought
bean,
the
of
bean?
course.
I'm still holding Yannick's hand, by the way.
What did you say? Brought the bean? Is that what you said?
My brothers run the bean.
They run it. Yeah.
Ah.
Good for them and her. Sorry.
God damn it.
I'm triggered again.
Me too. Um,
It's
In
been
a good
tough.
way.
It's been tough the past few years, but we've managed. We've thwarted attacks here and there, and it's really unfortunate that we lost our sisters over in New York. They ran the towers, but there's no time for mourning.
I suppose you have no more information than we do then on what happened in New York?
Not a clue. I just. Have you learned anything?
We have.
Oh, please tell me. I'd be much obliged. Oh, I imagine you
Go ahead.
may prefer other confines? Oh, I have a treat. He snaps his fingers, and a lot of you find yourselves in a small glade. The sun is shining overhead, which immediately causes you apprehension. But
Yeah, Nicholas screams and covers his head.
Right.
oh, no, 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 no! It's an illusion, my dear boy. It's an illusion.
No, I can tell. I'm not. Yeah,
Well,
But you can
you
feel the warmth,
made an
can't
old
you?
man almost piss himself.
But you can feel the warmth,
Cool.
can't you?
Oh yeah, I do.
This is much better. Um, he sits down at a kind of picnic bench and kind of gives a little stretch and goes, "Please sit down. Tell me everything you know. Perhaps we could assist one another. I can maybe fill in some gaps."
Real quick, this particular sunlit glade illusion, are we seeing the same thing that we saw when you asked us what our last memory of sunlight was?
Huh? Actually, that would yeah, that's exactly what it is. It's your last memory of sunlight, kind of all mashed together into one macabre image,
Okay,
but without the negative effects. Just
right.
pleasant, watered down, like the Hallmark movie memory version of whatever it was.
Ooh, creepy. So you guys can. So wait, we can all see where our last sunlight was felt.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
If ooh,
How,
Nikos is uncomfortable.
I
yeah,
I
how did you do this?
My specialty is memory magic. It comes in handy around here. You have to make sure that certain people don't remember seeing certain things quite frequently. Um, I can't change the memory of Zevkindred, sorry, but I can parse out images and confines and things. Usually traumatic stuff, so I'm terribly sorry if this is a bit shocking for you, but I figured maybe some sunlight might remind you of warmer days. Plus, it's been very dreary. I've been in here for weeks. I'm getting kind of tired of the hum of fluorescence and tubes.
Keon is going to make the split section split second gut decision, though he's gonna, leave plenty of time and room for others to interrupt and stop him if need
Hmm.
be, to tell this man everything.
Like you're gonna
Because
the hands, the schematics you
okay, not
found.
the hand, um but the same rundown that we gave the other kindred in the club, because Keon's thinking here is uh, basically if he can get inside our minds with this memory thing anyway, what do we have he's running risk reward really quickly and thinking we're kind of fucked regardless. Let's see if this guy can give us anything we can work with.
Okay, so what are you telling him exactly? Just the tower that you found microfiche and you got it analyzed. What are we doing here?
hmm
Yep, I'm also going to share the information I do have, though I'm going to say that it is secondhand, about the guru executing their own for committing eco-terrorism and voicing concern that this may or may not be related. Basically, I'm going to lay out, aside from the hand, I'm going to lay out everything for this guy unless someone stops me.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
We're all good, gang.
Do it.
I'm good. I'm.
Yeah.
Nikos is too transfixed with his last sunlight.
Right.
Hmm. He hears your story, puts his hands behind his back, and starts kind of pacing around the bench. So the guru destroyed the tower because they want to reinstate the Impergium. Hmm. That's not good.
Do
I
you
can
know what
only.
the impervium? I'm sorry, go on.
I don't think. based off of the explosives, I don't think they knew what was in the basement of that little tower over there.
Hmm.
They clearly did not mean for anything to go nuclear. I suppose a lot of you can kind of already figure out what was in the basement, right?
Nukes, right?
There's a nuclear reactor down there. It's the easiest way to get the power necessary. All these windmills and turbines are just a facade. They never generate enough power for our needs. And that's one of the few schools of magic where we can't really do anything, energy and matter. So we had to get back to the basics. Nothing a little fusion power can't solve. It
I
looks.
take it. Sorry, I take it the bean is powered by the same technology.
Ah, yes. We even gave it quite a sporting name, the Lantern of Lou. Yeah, it's down in the basement. It powers the whole city. Makes the power too cheap to measure around here. We really don't have power bills. If
It is
those
definitely. Oh, go ahead, go ahead.
if the Guru managed to take down that tower over there and cause that nuclear accident, they might change their mind about a similar tactic against the bean, so we might want to think about other methods. They're quite tenacious. They've done a lot of things around the world the past few years. They nearly blew up the towers in the early 90s with some truck bombs. That's why the bollards are out there now, and why you can't get within a mile of the bean in a car. Thank you for this information. I'll pass it on to my brothers and we'll make the appropriate
Um,
adjustments. Is there anything else you'd like to pick my brain about? That seems to be my thoughts thus far.
would Keon know um what the what'd you say it was? Imperium is?
The Impergium.
Imperium?
Yeah, no, you rolled this check when Irene was there. The lot of you, no. Niklaus rolled the check. The Impergium is when Gru in the ancient past would cull the human population in order to keep them in check.
Hmm.
It's
Oh
something
fuck.
that it's something the Gru no longer do. Except the Red Talons are kind of saber rattling, saying we need to cull their population, but they're on the outs on this. All the other clans consider it disgusting and improper. But it seems the Gru you're wrangling with at present don't have the same reservations.
Okay.
That is miserably
Alright.
bad. The Impergium is quite a pox upon the Gru. It's been some time since they've done it. I think over here they haven't done it in quite some time. Anything else you'd like to pick my brain about? I'm all ears, by all means. We're on the same page here.
Um for knowing that this is probably no longer an urgent thing, but just because we're here and he's finally meeting a mage, uh, unless anyone else has something more pressing, Keon is gonna tell him everything about what happened with the red eye and basically ask if he has any information on that and how it made them see sunlight. And Keon has never actually met a mage in person before, so he is like fascinated.
Okay, you spill the beans.
Nice.
Hmm. Dudumts. Most interesting, a narcotic that allows you to see things for what they are? It sounds like it allows people to open their eyes. Amongst my kind, those that possess magic, it's known as awakening from slumber. Everyone else is a dreamer, trapped in a realm of fantasies and illusions, and we can see by the grace of our will and means. That is quite the thing. Do you have a sample? I could look at it and probably give you a firmer answer, but I think it'd probably be manipulation of the vitae of the creature, maybe tapping into its essence and allowing that essence to course through them. Opening one's third eye almost. I think that's how I describe it.
Out of character, there's no way we have a sample, right?
I think
I might.
I
Did we take any?
I could check.
I don't
I
think you
thought
did.
I thought you took one too.
I
I
will I will allow you to have the sample, so you can pony it up to the mage.
Okay. I was gonna say,
There
I
you
know we
go.
tried to take samples. I didn't think any attempts were successful, or I thought they were all used up.
He's gonna roll it over in his hand and go, fascinating. Ooh, this is quite the experienced alchemist. Fiendish. Hmm. I can give it a few studies and report back to you. Is there anything, do you have contact information or anything? Oh, let me imagine you're staying at the Waldorf Astoria.
Yeah.
Keon will also fish out, shovel in his pockets, and give him a card.
Perfect. I'll give you a ring once I figure out something a little bit more substantive. Is there anything further? And I greatly appreciate this little thing. What did you call it?
Red Eye.
Huh.
Yeah, its creator called it Red Eye, and I'll go ahead and give basically background on all we know about its creation and how that all went.
I was wondering what that explosion was.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. Not my circus, not my monkeys. As long as no one was harmed, aside from Huntress, I don't care for them either. Rambunctious bunch of oafs.
When he says that, Keon will. Do you have any? Will agree, and how do you feel about Guru?
I like them. They come in handy. Sometimes you need people who are a little bit more grounded, primal, not cerebral. They serve their purpose. The ones in town are quite pleasant. The Glasswalker tribe in Chicago is very well maintained. They've been here for 80 years. There used to be an older tribe, but we got wiped out. Oh, God.
What tribe is that?
I believe the Red Talons. They used to be around here in the 30s, but the Glasswalkers pushed them out. The group kind of keep that to their chest. I actually don't know what their entire quibble was, but they haven't been seen.
Sorry, go ahead.
They haven't been seen since. You occasionally can spot them around here, and they have a cairn over in Indiana Dunes. That's about all I know.
I was about to ask if you knew of any Red Ton activity, so I suppose the answer is no to that as well.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm a bit insulated in here. I like to stick to my studies.
One more question.
By all means.
Will. I don't know if it. Actually, let me think for half a second about whether or not it's a good idea to ask this guy about Katerina. Actually, he's gonna say, I don't suppose you know of any other kinds besides mine, the Guru, and yours. Something else with a beating heart that knows no fear and takes no wounds.
Well, there's the
Or
changelings,
lives
but
long.
we put up wards to keep them out of the city, and there's a few demons. They pop up on occasion. As a matter of fact, I think the hunters caught a rather loathsome one recently. I was happy about that. That one was dangerous. I hope they got rid of it.
Dangerous. What
Yeah.
do you do?
Oh, demons tend to cause a bit of havoc. A little too chaotic for my tastes. Capiche?
So first things first, I realize I'm dominating this conversation. Is there anything else do y'all want to butt in?
No, I can't think of anything to add.
Okay.
I'm getting sleepy.
Alright, humor me a little bit further then, please.
Okay, hold on. I have one thing to ask.
Yes, go ahead.
I feel like we've been very transparent with you about what we've seen, what we're doing. You know, we're all working for the prince to try to protect the bean, to protect Chicago. Do you have anything to help us in our endeavors? Any direction to give us?
Hmm. Is there some information you may need? I could ask the diviner. One of my apprentices went over there to actually assist him, Malachi. He could broach some assistance.
Well, we actually were potentially meeting with a diviner tonight.
Oh, perfect. Well, just put in a good word and tell Malachi that Parsifal told him that he should do his best. Not the
Thank
masquerade
you.
he's putting on over there for the diviner. I mean truly his best. His all.
I appreciate it.
You're more than welcome.
Um, so if possible, Keon is going to get as much information as he can about demons from this guy right now, just like in general. He without letting basically Keon is mostly going to be telling the truth, saying that he's never heard of demons before, or not heard of them in a way that they could like exist in real life, which is true.
So you're gonna
Um,
pretend that you haven't met one.
right. It's only a little bit of pretending because he was definitely in this, that state of disbelief, and now just went, well, fuck, it was real.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Basically, he's gonna try to find out how badly the party screwed up, but he's not so interested in finding out that he's gonna blow his cover.
All right. He'll give you a kind of brief overview of demons, explaining the various limits that can be placed on them via binding and contracts. You can usually have them pressed into surface, and they always will only give you things in sets of three. Then you got to pony up something new. Uh, they have an intangible, incorporeal form that can only be harmed directly by magic or by silvered weaponry, and he hasn't seen one in a very long time. They're rather rare.
Right.
Oh,
Spooky.
you can pick his brain about the contracts, and based on what he explains to you about the contracts, you can kind of feel assured that the contract you put the demon in is actually pretty goddamn ironclad. Like you got that demon's goose.
One last question.
Yes, of course.
These changelings, do they describe themselves as being parts of tribes?
Tribes? Oh, do you mean they like masquerade as the Guru or things like that?
Just anything that they would refer to themselves as a tribe?
Some of them have little clans and tribes, I suppose. Yeah, that's something. But don't have to worry about them. I've warded the entire city against changelings. They can't get in.
Does anyone mind if I go full on, maybe not trusting this guy, but trusting him more than the alternative, and ask him if he's heard of a woman named Francisca Katerina?
I mean,
Maybe.
the way I see it, this guy probably knows way more than we know anyway. That
Hmm.
I can't imagine there's much we could tell him that he doesn't already know. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
agreed.
Well then, yeah, let's just ask
We
him.
might as well just kind of lay it on the table. Yeah, I have a hard time believing that there's anything we could tell him that he's not already privy to. You know?
All right. So Keon will ask if he's ever heard of Francisca Katerina, and say that he asks because she mentioned something about he's pretty sure she was going to say the word tribe that is no longer around but trailed off.
Hmm. There's quite a few people like that name. Could you give me a bit of a description? And where did you meet her?
Can we just recount everything we know about Francisca Katerina?
You're just gonna give
Yeah.
it's sorry, not yours.
She's frightening. She's incredible.
It's like, oh,
Yeah, I feel
She
like we should try
blinks,
to
but
roleplay
not how
like
you
she's
think
here all
she
night.
should.
oh
Huh.
wow, you managed to bump into her? I wasn't even aware she was back on this side of the planet. Usually she's
Who's-
over in Europe.
Who is she?
She does. Let me guess. She sent you an invite to her art gallery?
Yes.
She's a money launderer.
But
Uh,
what is she?
oh, she's Guru. She just has been around the block a little bit, if you know what I mean. I think she's juicing, but I can never prove it. And the prince has her move papers around on occasion, so she can come and go into the city as she sees fit. She's rather well connected.
Do
Hmm.
we have any idea what tribe she was?
Come to think of it, I actually don't know. She keeps that close to her chest. She is a bit difficult to parse. I think you are well aware of that.
Aye. Thank you for your time.
You're more than welcome. But yes, definitely don't let your guard down around her. She scraps. I've seen her fight. It's not pleasant.
I'll do my best to avoid it.
Terribly sorry you had to bump into her. I think I remember the last time I saw her, and I think it was '97.
That's the year I was born.
I'm still scared. I'm still shaking.
Out of character, what is the guru lifespan usually like?
They have about. They can go into their 130s and their 140s. They live mildly longer than a normal human.
Okay.
They just when they get old enough that it start getting suspicious, they tend to be reclusive.
Right. Okay. Alright, I believe we're done here.
Yeah.
Oh, how did you arrive here? I'm going to assume some kind of escort. The martial law does make things difficult.
Why?
Oh, if you're going to the diviner, I have a little circle there. I can just send you there.
Oh,
Oh, great.
Absolutely.
but
Thank you.
but then our escort
Oh,
will leave them high and dry.
Oh, you may
right.
want to tell them that you're skedaddling and then come
Yeah, we'll
back
let
up
them
here,
know.
and I'll take care of you.
Great.
All right, you do so. You come back, and he sends you over to the diviner's office. You're in front of a large. You're in front of a rather bespoke Art Deco glass door with fanciful filigree in it. You can hear the scuttling of papers and the rolling of stones and bones. So, what would you like to do?
Rolling Stone.
What? Mick Jagger?
Just and Springsteen. Oh,
There's some Rolling
That's not
Stones here.
yeah, the Rolling Stones in here.
So
I
we
would like
we
my
made a
roast.
deal with the demon, and we'll have sympathy for the devil. It all comes together.
God damn, that was
He's
clever.
well grown.
That was good.
All right, gang. Do you knock on the door and bid yourself entry?
Yes.
Okay, knock, knock, knock. Please come in.
Hello.
Who is it?
We are friends of the prince.
Wait, hold on a second. I gotta get this. This guy's supposed to sound Russian, not Transylvanian. Oh God.
Oh yes, it's fun.
Alright, whatever.
Excuse
You know
me.
what?
Goodness.
I'm gonna get. You know what? I'm gonna switch around the time scale here a little bit. He sounds like Dracula. I don't give a shit anymore. All right.
Nice.
Please come in.
Oh man, he sounds like Dracula.
Holy cow!
I'll go inside.
Classic.
Please have a seat. I'll be right out for you.
Okay.
All right.
I take the smallest chair.
You take the biggest chair.
I
Okay.
climb into it. The biggest chair in here is this Yannick.
You just sit on Yannick.
Yeah,
The
Yannick's
the
down.
man
I can't find a chair.
the
This is
man
like a hoarder apartment, so I just sit in Yannick's lap.
the man rounds the corner carrying bones around his lap, and he goes, "Greetings. I am Grigori. How can I assist you?"
Does he look like he sounds?
Yes,
Great.
He looks
Why are we
like
here again?
Rasputin.
He does.
cause he is Rasputin.
What?
like,
Yeah, Grigory Rasputin.
Literally?
yes. I just can't do a Russian accent.
Oh,
You bastard.
uh,
It's hard to do. It's hard to do.
we have your nuclear vessels. I'll have to.
there you go. He nailed it.
We hit.
I'll have to get on it. Is there anything I can do for you?
Guys, why are we here? I'm fading.
Wait,
I'm sleepy.
I'm getting a vision. You wish to ask me a question. Something about a vision I have given to the prince in the past.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Excellent. You may ask away. The stars are right tonight.
It's our task to see that that vision never comes true.
Also, Alphabe, you clock something about him that none of the other ones do. At least not without rolling. Uh,
Gotcha.
now, how can I assist you?
I think you know what our task is.
Yes. Do you wish to see if I can parse visions of things that might yet have transpired?
We need to know how to circumvent these visions.
Hmm. I will see what I can see. Now, please, hold my hands. He's gonna step in like the center and kind of gesture for you to hand to the left, hand to the right. Now, please, please, all the stars are right. They are constantly moving.
Are we? Does he want us to form like a hand circle kind of thing?
Yes.
Okay, that's fine.
We do that.
All right. Hmm.
Mhm.
I can sense that you have found. I see creatures traipsing through the dark, ripped to shreds. I see a moonless sky. I see the moon waxing. I see the beam, cold and silent. I see the streets of Chicago deserted, not a soul around. Huh, the vision has changed. A great cloud coming from the lake, its mists beating the streets, stripping it of all that lives and breathes. Hmm, this is strange. What have you done?
Mm. I'm sorry, run that by me again.
Big cloud coming from the lake, killing everybody, and the streets of Chicago being silent. It's different from the previous vision, which was the bean basically exploding and torrents of flame and disease spreading.
Shit. Of all the times to fess up about accidentally freeing a demon,
Maybe we keep that one. Maybe we keep that one bit of information.
Let's
cool.
hold on
Alright.
to
I
We're
know.
gonna pass
I know
on
the
that.
last thing I said was this guy probably knows everything. But now that you mentioned that, yeah, let's keep that card. Let's just keep that one with us.
Right, yeah.
Our little secret.
And this is a special
Well,
tool that we're going to use later.
Yeah,
we'll
that one's none of his fucking business as far as I'm concerned.
also it just occurred
Damn.
to me that well, we'll see if we need to. Anyway, how about we give him a run for what did we do? How about we give him a rundown of like the contaminated water concern things we found?
Yeah.
Oh, I see. You're talking about the water and everything.
Yeah.
I can sense the earth below dying, Gaia leaving. What slivers are left of this place departing. Green becomes brown, becomes black. Huh. It seems that the vision has changed. It is no longer pestilence. It is no longer death. It is famine that is coming to this place.
How do we prevent the being from being affected? So
He focuses in. There is a great terror. A terror. Violence in the east is pushing its way west. You have the shadows of that torment coming here, seeking to block the land and silence the light, spoil the waters and kill the soil. You must find those that have come from the places beyond and now enter into this most sacred citadel. Find that which does not belong. Find that which only comes here with hate in its eyes. Find the new and foreign. Find them and rout them.
Find the what?
The new and the foreign.
oh my god. It's gonna be our lady friend.
And that is all. I must rest.
Thank you.
You are welcome. If you wish, you may consult my texts. I have the best occult library inside Chicago. Take what you need, but just please, 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 please put your names of what you have taken in the ledger. Let's not be animals about this. And if you need any research assistance, I do not know where Dorothy is, but Malachi is in the basement. He can assist you with any texts or tomes you may need.
Okay.
And he's gonna go depart. What would you like to do now, gang? We want to close out for the day?
Yeah.
That's a good stopping point.
Okay.
All right, perfect,
Mhm.
gang. You got a new vision. It's about pestilence. So now we got to see what's going on.
What time is it?
I'm gonna say
Midnight, huh?
I'm gonna say it's midnight. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, we're gonna close it out a bit.